Welcome everybody. My name is Carol Stewart-Gill, founder and chairman of Dublcheck Cleaning Services. I'm here to give you a brief history of how the Dublcheck began from a little acorn into multi-million-pound business. I started by had done no sales before because I'm a mother. That's where my heart is. But there was a need for me to go out there and generate some business for my family. So, not knowing anything about sales, I took it one step at a time. And I went into a Chester with a leaflet. Chester's where the Dublcheck brand started. I went in and I had one leaflet. So I went into a photocopying shop and I transferred that into 100 leaflets. I thought, well, okay, that'll do me. So then I started walking and knocking on doors in the streets of Chester and going around the businesses, something I'd never done before. So by the time I'd finished that day, and I didn't just drop off leaflets, I obviously interacted with the people that I wanted to eventually remember me and remember me that I was different from other commercial cleaning companies. So great, I've had a good day, I've got rid of all the leaflets, I can go home now. So I go home, and bearing in mind, this is starting up from the dining room table. Dublcheck really did start from nothing and has grown into a multi-million-pound business. We're actually now 30th year, so we're celebrating 30 years. It's got all that sustainability that you get with a commercial cleaning franchise. I mean, it's not here today or gone tomorrow or anything like that. So I get home and what happens is the phone rings and it's a lady from a bank in Chester, the manageress, I guess. And I thought, oh, well, and so I answered it and she said, I wonder if you can come and give me a quotation. So I thought, oh, right, okay, that's great, I'll give you a quotation. I made the appointment. Anyway, I didn't know how to measure up or anything, so I went to a DIY store. Tried to get the measuring equipment, there was nothing there, so I thought, right, okay, well, I've still got the appointment. So I went and I just decided to just measure by pacing the area. Now, by pacing the area, I was engaging the customer with me. So we were building up a good relationship, just going round and talking about the cleaning and things. So at the end of that meeting, I said, well, thank you very much. I said, I've got enough information here now to go back and get a quotation prepared. So that's what I did. I went back, did the quotation, and I went back to see her. And that was the very first contract. She said, yes, I want to take that cleaning after that you've just given to me. So that was the very first customer for Dublcheck. So then what happened is, the guys who were opening a branch of estate agents was just actually setting up and cleaning up, and they had their own little hoover. It was not a very good one. So I thought, I took the opportunity and I said, hey guys, I can see you're setting up in business. Have you made any arrangements for your cleaning? And they said, we might not. So I said, well, if you both sit down, and I said, I'll tell you a little bit about what I've got to offer. At the end of it, they were megally impressed. And they signed up. So that was the second contract. And from then on, it just snowballed and snowballed. So that's a little bit at the beginning of Dublcheck. Then what happens is, we've got so many contracts, we need to expand. And the way to do that was through franchising. Reg Hughes was the very first franchisee. He was from Wrexham. And we had plenty of contracts in Wrexham, which is in Wales, for those who don't know. And he operated a fantastic franchise there. Then the next franchisee came, and he was from sort of Chester. So he had his business, and they start small, start on a certain turnover, because we guarantee to get the turnover for our franchisees. Which brings me on to this, really. For an investment of, say, $17,950, we guarantee to get you £20,000 worth of turnover. Now that's only small to start off with, and most franchisees at that level would think, well, I might do this myself. But overall, this is a management franchise, but some people like to just put their toe in the water. Then you've got different levels that you can join in at, and depending on the amount of investment that you make, the corresponding turnover goes up. Now you're looking at about 30% net profit on a management business. Now I've got an example of a franchisee who started on 5,000 a month turnover, is now running over £1 million turnover, and is obviously on 30% net profit on that figure there. He's not daily involved daily in the business anymore because he's obviously got the management structure in there as well. Another example of a franchisee, this is Joanne Bennett. She is from Scotland and she was made redundant from the bank. So she came to Dublcheck and wondered if this would be a good opportunity for her. Well, she started on a certain turnover, which I believe was £50,000 a year, and she now turns over in excess of 355,000, and obviously operating on a management basis, and she nets about 30% of that. COVID came, didn't it? Now that was a disaster for many businesses and a disaster for many families as well. Quite a scary time for everybody. Now, because our business is cleaning, our turnover went up through COVID because everybody needed their premises cleaning. We're franchisees in Gloucester, Annie and Dams, good team effort there. They're very team orientated. Their turnover tripled because of COVID. So that's just to give you an example that cleaning has been around for a long time and always will be. It's not a here today, gone tomorrow sort of business. Like I say, I started these franchises shows back in '93, and we're now in 2023, and we're still here because cleaning just doesn't go away. The other thing is, 30 years ago when I started, there were not many females in franchising. So I wanted to promote that it's not just men, capable men, that we want to do this franchise, we want the females to do it as well. So Joanne Bennett, she proved that, and so basically it's suitable for whoever wants it. We have teamwork players and things like that. Now the other thing to demonstrate the longevity of this business is the staff retention rate. My managing director, Anne Struggles, started as a telesales, part-time telesales, and then she took on a little bit of sales, field sales, and then she was managing the sales team, and then she was in operations. So she had all the skills necessary to become a managing director. But this evolved over the years. It's not something that just happens overnight. And Anne has now been with me now on Dublcheck, I should say, which is me as well, for 28 years. So, that's good staff retention rate. So following on from that, in telesales, we had 13 years ago a lady called Velda. She started off as telesales. She then went on to be the telesales manager, and now she's a business development manager. But they get all the skills that they need in growing their businesses. We have another example of longevity, and that is Paul Benjamin, who started off very discreetly, very quietly 13 years ago, when he's now developed into the commercial manager for Dublcheck, and is there, to help, etc. Dublcheck has come from nothing to where it is today, which is a multi-million-pound business. It's now been awarded the top 100 in the top 100 of elite franchise, and it's been there for 7 years in the top 100. Not only that, Dublcheck was awarded the 20th fastest growing company in the UK, according to Richard Branson and his Virgin Fast Track 100. We were one of the first actually to be nominated in that, so that's something that we're very proud of. So another example that I've got of a franchisee, well, we've got loads of them actually, but I just can only mention a few because I haven't got much time. But for example, Simon, he started, I think I've mentioned this, but Simon started off at 5,000 a month, I think it was, and now he's turning over in excess of £1 million. I mentioned him before actually. Let me see. Basically, there's a lot of examples of this sort of thing, so I won't bore you anymore. Now, does anybody have any questions? No? Okay, that's fine. Oh, yes, lovely.
My name is Harish. Commercial property in the City of London is going down in price because interest rates have gone up and COVID has allowed people to work from home. So this business strategically is aligned to commercial property because that's what you claim. They are your end customer.
Well, I hear what you're saying. You're quite right, actually. But the reverse, the opposite is true of that. There are many people just going into businesses. It hasn't changed. And I know with COVID, a lot of people are working from home, but it's only going to be for a period of time because things evolve as they always do. So for those that do work from home, that will happen, but there's always the opposite where people will want to have commercial premises. I mean, I still operate at quite a substantial commercial premises, as do a lot of our customers, obviously, because we've got, our turnover is about 13 million, I think it is at the moment, so there's a lot of property still out there, but I do hear what you say.
The question is, when you've taken the money, do you charge a monthly fee as well?
We don't take the monthly fee as soon as you pay the money. What we do is we build your business up for you, and when you've got the guaranteed turnover that we get for you, because our salespeople are out there getting the business, that is when you will pay the 12.5% on the turnover. So you're quite right, there is a management service fee, and it's 12.5%. But you get a lot for that. You don't just get the contracts, because with Dublcheck, we actually do the invoicing, the credit control, we do your full training. So it leaves the franchisee free to do what they are good at, which is actually relationship skills with the customers, because that's what keeps the customers, but also looking after their cleaners as well.
Sorry, do you just send inquiries to your franchisees, or do you convert them into contracts?
That's a very good question. We actually get the contracts. A contract is a deal's not a deal until it's signed, and once our salespeople have signed that contract, then we will actually then pass it over to the franchisee.
Sorry, what is the initial money for?
Well, obviously we're buying into the brand and the name and all the effort that we've done over the 30 years. But not only that, in the training, you get physical contracts guaranteed as well. Does that answer?
Insure the contract?
No, we guarantee them. A franchisee has their own insurance. We guarantee them, and we guarantee a turnover, if you know what I mean. So you will be, we will still be getting business for you until we've fulfilled our obligation to the value that you've decided to come at.
When does the 12.5% start then?
Well, I suppose it starts the month after you've got your first contract, so it'll be 12.5% of that one. Then the next month you'll have another 3 contracts, so it'll be 12.5% of a bigger figure.
I mean, for example, the £20,000, would you be able to provide an even, so we don't take on more employees than we need?
Oh yes, that's covered quite comprehensively, that's good, in the training. It's a week's training course held at head office, run by the head office team, like I say, who know what they're doing because they've had longevity with Dublcheck. But very good point to bring up, yes. That answers yes?
Thank you.
Anybody else have any questions? Yeah?
Just do you go about, or how does a franchisee go about recruiting the actual cleaners and such?
Well, this is another thing that we cover in the training side, a quite comprehensive situation there. Obviously, I'm not going to give all the secrets out here, I'm thinking, yeah, but it's a good question, and there are many ways of getting good operatives. And if you've got one good operative, you usually find another one, so somebody knows somebody. There's many ways of doing it, but that is covered quite comprehensively on the training side of things.
Do you find that the franchisees have a largest turnover of cleaners, or do they tend to have the same?
It depends on the quality of the franchisee. Some franchisees have got cleaners that they've had from the very beginning, you know. So it really just depends on that. But I suppose in certain areas there is probably more of a turnaround. But overall, they love their franchisees because they've never been treated by a cleaning company as well as they have by a Dublcheck franchisee. Because the franchisee has invested and they look after the customers, and that's their role, is the relationship side. They look after the customers, but also the cleaners. And you find they often have at Christmas, they all get presents and things like that. They have a Christmas do, because for each franchisee that we have, there's a network of cleaners sort of thing. Does that answer your question there?
Is your headquarters still in Chester then?
It certainly is, because that's where I live and I don't want to travel too far. So it's going to be there for a while. Yeah, good question. Whereabouts do you live?
Chester.
No. Oh my goodness. So have you heard of Dublcheck there then?
No, I haven't.
No. So what's brought you to the exhibition today? Yeah, and you just came to the XL and yeah.
So it's from the opposite.
Oh, is it?
I live in Chester, but I also live in the Isle of Man. It's extremely similar. My wife lives in Chester, I live in the Isle of Man. But it's the sort of thing I was wondering, would it work in some place like the Isle of Man, or possibly there's like office space?
Well, yeah, we can do that as well, okay? So if you're in Chester, you just admitted that now, and down the road. I'll give you my card after this, and you can give me a call and I'll put you on to the relevant people, and you can have a brief interview and see what the head office, you will see of the operation, that sort of thing there. So thank you.
Okay, thanks very much.
I don't mean to put you off. Does anybody else have any questions? No? That's fine. Thank you. So, in essence, I mean, I've just given you a brief overview of what it is that we actually do, and I had no idea this chap here was from Chester, so that's uncanny, that is. Now, Dublcheck, we're on stand 451. 451, it's just around the corner there with the little flags on, denominating the 30-year celebration that we have. So, if anybody wants any more questions, please go to stand 451, that's where Dublcheck is. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.